a Bible study in a person's home, and usually you'll find a very postmodern idea. Here's this text, someone will read it, and then they'll go right to, you know what this says to me? It says blank, blank, blank. Oh, well, to me it says, and we'll go around and we'll all say what our own little truth is and what it says to us without ever having asked, what is the author intending to say? And the author includes the spiritual author, the Holy Spirit who inspired this text.
And Taylor Swift is saying, I love music, I love the world of music, I want you to join me, you are my friend. What do we do with our friends? Torture. I'm mentioning Patti Smith.
And we're back.
Welcome back to the, what was it called? The Paintwork Podcast? Or
No, it's not.
Okay, it was two Librans.
We actually haven't checked if that is not untaken.
Well, that probably is.
Well,
for podcasts,
should I do it now?
Yeah, we should probably do it right now.
Great. Two Librans podcast. Healing Crystal Spiritual Online Shop. Two Libras.
Two Libras, is that a podcast?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, there's a podcast called Those Two Libras.
Okay.
And in fact, episode description, we're back. God damn it.
That's always when you start a podcast.
Welcome to season 2. Did you miss us? We missed you. We decided blah, blah, blah. This episode is about our second favorite F word, feminism.
Oh boy.
So we're literally treading on the same ground. So the description is Maddie and Nat coming at you with their hot or not take on all things life, astrology, politics, and so much more.
Damn, it covers all of our ground except for the fall.
Yeah. Well, so it's two Libras and we're two Librans.
Right.
Perhaps one day we can collab.
Well, we'll reach out.
Episode 3, favorite albums of 2021 of Those Two Libras.
Really?
It's probably not going to be the fall because they didn't have an album in 2021.
Did they have any of them listed, or will we actually have to listen to that insufferable thing?
We have to listen to them.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, you want to reach out to them?
Well, I don't know.
Why not?
Stylist.co.uk says how to twos podcast. Oh, that's a different one. Anyway. Okay, well, I think that's enough.
Well, welcome back to this podcast that's nominally about the fall. It swings a bit from different subject to different subject, kind of by our heart's desire. Oh, Roman, you're drinking wine.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, well.
It's an acceptable time to do so. It's 5:35 p.m. in London town.
I'm hoping it doesn't affect the quality of the podcast. We'll have a talk after, okay?
Well, it's just a little bit.
A little bit of wine.
Yeah,
okay.
It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
And also, what time is it in the bullet-riddled hellhole of Ridgewood, Queens?
It is 12:32.
Yeah, that's a decent time for your first drink.
Okay.
Come on, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday. You might as well be drunk all day.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so today we'll be covering the second part of winter. We got about halfway through and realized that we'd been recording for a full hour about 6 paragraphs of text. So, or six verses. So,
but we did cover the first title track, and as we talked about, the track is split into 2 because of the vinyl
limitations. Yes.
And I did listen to Brain Ticket on your recommendation.
How'd you like it?
I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
And I think this is not the intended response to this record.
Hold on.
You should read out the warnings on the label.
Yeah. Give me just a second. I'd have to actually go pull up the record, or I bet Wikipedia has it. Let's see here. Brain Ticket. Let's check their discography. That album's called Cottonwood Hill. The inner sleeve warns, after listening to this record, your friends may not know you anymore. And also, one listen to this once a day. Your brain might be destroyed.
Wow.
Yeah. It's I described it last week, but how would you describe it now that you've heard it?
Well, it sounds like it was more fun to make than to listen to. You see that a lot in literature. You come across certain sentences and you can just tell that the person was having such a blast writing it.
Yeah.
Well, in any art form, really. Certainly in drawing.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, comics?
Yeah, what we call one-handed drawing.
What are they doing with that other hand, Roman?
You know what I mean.
I like when you put your sexy voice.
That cat. Stroking my assistant.
Yeah.
That's what I call my penis. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like that track 3 is called Brain Ticket Part 1. It's 8 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Brain Ticket Part 1 opens the second side.
Well, that I find the really hilarious part about this whole thing. If it was just that song on the entire record, it would be less funny to me.
Yeah.
But the first 2 songs are sort of luring you into this sense of comfort. And you're like, it's some obnoxious proggy thing. And then the third song starts. And you go like, yeah, sure. And it has this riff. And it's like, dong, dong, row, row, dong, row, row, row. I don't remember, but...
Oh, it's like, what?
Yeah, that's very accurate.
Yeah.
And then it fades, right? And as you said, you put on the other side and you think, well, it's going to be the next song.
Drink, cats, take off, again.
But instead...
Yeah.
And then I think it fades out a couple more times and you think, okay, well, next song. And then it comes back. And every time it would happen, I would just laugh so much.
The All Music, 4.5 stars out of 5. It's well regarded. It's fun to listen to.
Oh, it's well regarded.
Considered a classic krautrock record. It's so much fun to listen to. I don't know. I throw it in once in a while. Believe it or not, the vinyl of it is like one of those super colorful like splatter vinyls. It's the only way it could be.
Right. I remember Iggy Pop was saying at some point something like, "I've never written anything good on drugs." Actually, I might be making this up. But I think he did a show about music and drugs on the BBC radio.
That's pretty cool.
There was a line, someone said that. I think that was he. So whether it's his own line or whether he was quoting someone, I don't know. But I remember thinking, well, he must have tried it all, so I can trust this guy.
Mushmouth junkie.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand who he was when I was a kid, obviously. And the VH1, you probably didn't watch that growing up, but...
Is it an STD or...
VH1? I said I watched it.
Oh,
You think I sit around watching STDs?
I don't know.
Okay, well...
Watching paint dry.
Yeah, so when I was a child, I'd sit around watching STDs. I know VH1 was kind of like MTV Light for adults, or at least ostensibly that would be, but like all music TV, it just kind of degenerated.
You know what I mean, like SPF or what's it called?
SPF, HPV?
HPV, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
That's a
all the
sunscreen.
STDs, VH1, SPF, HTML, B2B.
So you're saying any acronym is an STD?
SQL is definitely an STD.
You know what VH1 stands for?
Please tell me.
Okay. Video Hits 1.
That's it.
That's it. But they had a behind the music on Iggy Pop, and I really did. It barely talked about him being a musician. It would just show him continually pulling his pants down on stage and his censored penis.
Well, it should have been called Front the Music.
Front the music.
You know,
Anyway,
if it's his penis,
full frontal
otherwise it
nudity.
would have been his butt.
that would both
Because
would
it's
have
in
been
the back, isn't it? Anyway.
yeah. It was pretty trashy television, but behind the music's widely. I mean, you'd recognize the style of it if you saw it.
Right.
That would be an examination matter.
The drugs everybody should just drop it. Simple as that. I would draw the line at, for me, the best is a very good wine, but weed's okay for most people up to a point, and maybe a little. This is what happens with the drugs. Well, a little wine. Well, how about a little weed? Hey, how about some mushrooms? Well, we're going to take mushrooms. I've got this mescaline. On and on. So I don't know, all I could say is I don't drug up anymore. I don't do it. I have wine with dinner, and that's about it.
Did I ever tell you about men wear pants?
Men wear pants?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if I should, but
Okay, now you got it. You can't just
I might as well.
the listener will lose their mind if you don't tell us what it is.
Right. So I once got accidentally too high, because I'm not used to smoking pot, and I came across some free pot at some point because I did some shit VR project for some pot manufacturers, and they paid me in weed.
Cool.
So I invited my friend, who is this very stern Polish writer, and we were like, all right, let's see how the kids do it. And we smoked, and I was like, oh, I guess we should do some more, and we did some more, and it turned out to be quite a bit stronger than we'd anticipated. And we both got really, really, really high,
And that's the whole story, right?
No. So we got much higher than we would have wanted. She just sort of sat in the corner and wrote something. And I thought, okay, well, I'm finally in this position where I'm high and I have a sketchbook. I'm going to make some high art,
Cool.
I never allowed myself to do this. And now at the tender age of 36 or something, I'm going to be a stoner artist.
Cool.
And I started drawing, and I would just make these cartoons, and everything would become really funny. And I made this cartoon, I'll add it to the show notes. And it's basically like a billboard, and it has a pair of legs, clad in pants or trousers if you're listening in the UK. And there would be a tagline that says, "Men wear pants." And then there's a woman kind of looking at it and holding her hand up and saying, "Typical."
Yeah.
Right.
And
I thought it was the funniest thing that anyone's ever done, ever.
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was losing my mind. And then, I tried to draw something else on the page, and I just couldn't do it because I was looking at men wear pants and laughing my ass off. So I flipped the page to the next page. I start drawing there, and I can't do it because I know that on the other side of the page, I can see it seeping through men wear pants backwards, still funny. So I turn a couple more pages until I can't see it anymore, start drawing there. But I know that within that sketchbook, men wear pants, typical. So I just put the sketchbook away. I take another piece of paper. I'm like, all right, this is it. We're done. I'm laughing so hard that it actually hurts. Like my heart starts clenching or something like that. I don't think that ever happened to me before.
It's the drugs.
After.
It's the drugs.
The drugs. Don't do drugs. And basically, I still couldn't do it because the man wear pants sketchbook was in the room. So I had to hide it under a sofa. And only then could I proceed.
It had mystical powers.
And mystical powers. And that next morning, I woke up sober. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take a look at what I did when I was high and see if it was actually funny.
You were in a diaper. You were ready to laugh yourself to your pee pee.
That's right. Well, I was wearing a diaper anyway. It was Sunday,
Okay.
and I opened the sketchbook and I see men wear pants, and I'm like, it still works.
I noticed a lot of bitterness. Actually, I noticed you end almost every anecdote with the phrase, needless to say, I had the last laugh.
Yeah, well, you could end some of your chapters with needles to say. I took drugs.
I didn't think that, but you know, I think it's good to have one experience like that just to get it out of your way and never do it again.
Right. Yeah, I certainly have drawn plenty of like absolute horse shit fucked up, so I get it. I agree with Iggy Pop that I never made anything good on any sort of...
Well, actually, to bring it back to Mark E.smith.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I remember reading an interview with him about heroin.
He did heroin?
No, it was in the book Renegade.
Oh, yeah.
Which he allegedly wrote. And he was talking about his time with Briggs and how she would sort of drag him to all this party with posh London twats. And they would have heroin and all the fancy drugs, well, fancy air drugs. And I think that's when he first time tried heroin, and he started writing something and thinking like, this is the best thing that anyone's ever written. And next morning he looked at it and was like, I'm never doing this again. So, yeah.
Well, they say it changes you. Like it's like the ultimate orgasm, and you just kind of chase that, and that's how people get addicted.
Scary stuff, man.
Yeah, I'd never do it.
I am looking to my deathbed. I'm looking forward to my deathbed. Then you basically have infinite heroin. Well, not infinite until you die.
Yeah.
But the last week is supposed to be just incredible.
Just doing heroin?
You know? Right. Well, morphine is basically that, right?
Yeah. I've been on morphine before.
Oh, okay. Did you have a button?
I did. I was in a car accident, though. It wasn't fun, you know?
Yeah, but come on.
Okay. Well, it was fun.
You got to pay for fun.
The car accident was fun. The
but
aftermath...
look, if you know you're dying, it doesn't fucking matter. You're not like, oh, I'll get addicted in the last week of my life. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
I love the idea that all your loved ones are gathered around and they all want to deliver some message to you, and you're just pressing the button. We're going off-road. Welcome to the jungle.
Just completely zonked out of your brain.
Yeah. I don't want to see my family. I don't have one anyway.
I hope to go senile and become very mean and cruel to my family as I degenerate.
I would love that.
Oh, yeah. You'd love that.
Well, here's the thing. Who doesn't take drugs? You can't find one person in the society that doesn't take drugs. The thing is, most people take legal drugs, like penicillin is a drug, right? Okay. Well, what does that do? It cures your body. Well, okay, so we take drugs, but, you know, we use them for different things, but still, a drug is a drug, you know.
People say alcohol's a drug. It's not a drug, it's a drink.
Okay, well, on that note, so we have a lot to discuss today, and we are 16 minutes in. Mm-hmm. So maybe we should bring up the band The Fall, but first, we have to talk about our friend Prince.
Oh, Prince. Are we doing it? Okay.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
So, this is going to eat up an hour.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. So, on Facebook, you actually met this guy. I didn't understand the context.
No, I hadn't met him. So, okay, the very brief backstory is when I was moving out of Brooklyn in the last week or so, I was frantically selling everything I had that had American chords. One of those things was a NutriBullet, which is a blender, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and I was trying to sell it on the old Facebook marketplace. And the thing about it is you get exposed to people that you would never normally meet. You know? So people who are not cartoonists or illustrators. And, you know, and I would meet some of them, and they would be like all this local hype beasts and moms and whatever. And one of these characters was Prince. Hopefully you can't just Google him.
He's on Facebook, and he's pretty much like a public figure at this point.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he has 2.7 thousand followers.
Oh my God.
And literally, it says on his profile picture or his profile, public figure. So he is a public figure.
Well, he wasn't a public figure when I was trying to sell him a blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he haggled.
Did he?
Yeah. He was a blender haggler, and I went with someone else.
Wow, damn.
But I think the reason why I sent him to you is he had quite a peculiar Facebook presence.
Yeah,
and
it's a word for it.
what he would do is he would write these kind of gnomic observations. I have a screenshot here from back in the day. In all caps. When you see two sisters, the short one is the oldest.
That's a pretty profound statement.
Yeah.
What do you think he means by that?
I don't know. One person reacted with a thumbs up. So he wasn't that public. Then later it says, a wife is temporary, a baby mama is forever. No response.
This is a lesson in persistence because his most recent post, it's actually pinned, so I think that makes a big difference.
Oh yeah.
But 143 comments, 68 shares.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna go ahead and read it. And I should also preface this. This is let's say a matter of speaking that I don't normally speak in, and please don't take offense because I'm.
Are you gonna do the accent?
No, I'm just literally going to read it verbatim, and I'm not trying to disparage this person. So the pin post, the one he's most proud of, is if you a bottom that don't run from plus 9 inches, get in with me.
Mm-hmm.
So and then a eggplant emoji, 2 like wet drips, and a laughing until you like fall over emoji.
Right.
So
well, you wouldn't be doing that once you get with his 9+ inches.
So that's what he really he's advertising that pretty prominently.
Yeah, I think if you're going for 9+, you might as well give the actual number.
Yeah,
it's like whatever it is, I'm impressed. Sure.
Well, I like
11,
I like that it could be more.
9.5. 14, 78.
Yeah, so he is a former at amusement park.
All right, let's not dox him.
It's a public figure, my friend.
All right, fine.
His profile picture is him with like devil horns, smoking a blunt.
Mm-hmm.
And the account banner says "Life is an acronym, and living isn't fucking easy."
So true.
It's so true.
Anyway, that was the regular segment of the show. Prince update.
Latest one. Check his phone before you buy him Christmas presents, sis. Then a shrug emoji. I mean,
that was such a big staple of online drama.
Yeah.
That someone would, online or any drama, people would look at each other's phones and go through messages.
Happened to me.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Don't have to go there, but yes.
Okay. Well, that was to bring it back to music.
Oh, right.
That was in Kim Gordon's autobiography called Girl in a Band.
Was that Thurston Moore doing that?
Well, no, she was going through Thurston's DMs.
That's bad.
Yeah, because I guess it was in the early days of iPhone where you couldn't put a passcode on or something like that.
You could always put a passcode on an iPhone.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was on a Nokia.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Nokia, I don't think had passcode.
Yeah?
Oh, you might have to program it in, but I just remember flipping them open.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Well, it was quite odd to read that because I grew up listening to Sonic Youth, and then suddenly you're much older and you're reading her autobiography, and it's like mom telling you about how she was going through dad's DMs and. But to bring it back to the fall, one of the more obnoxious lines in that book was someone was doing a cover of I think what she called a Marxist poet, e.smith.
She called him a Marxist?
I think so.
A Marxist
see if I
poet.
can Google that.
That's insane. e.smith was not a Marxist.
Certainly not. Yeah, I can't find the quote, but I'm pretty sure it was there. And I remember reading it and thinking, wouldn't you have a fact checker for a big book like that?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? And they did like they recorded a whole EP of fall songs, right?
Which is actually all right.
Oh, really?
Fortuna Bricks. Mark wasn't particularly fond of it, surprisingly.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. You know. As far as fall covers go,
there's much worse.
Yeah, but the fact that she recorded that and saw that he's a Marxist poet,
and she's probably met him before.
Probably, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it went well.
Well, anyway, Thurston Moore has an autobiography now.
It's a call and response.
Yeah, he's gonna be going through Kim Gordon's DMs. Maybe checking her MySpace
or maybe
messages.
It's just him bragging about getting the punani.
Yeah. he met through Friendster.com.
Right. His like
classmates.
His proud conquests.
Yeah.
He's like bragging about cheating on his wife. Okay.
Yeah, what a weird couple that was. Anyway.
Yeah, well, they lasted a very long time.
I know.
That's gonna
kind
be
of surprising. Haven't read about all that. Yeah, I don't really know. And also that section of the book is so fucking long, because she starts with telling us how they met and how she found out with music and noise and art and all that, and then Thurston's DMs. 100 pages of that.
And you like Sonic Youth? So you said you like listened to
I don't really know why I read that book. It was kind of like the book of the moment that everyone has to read and have an opinion on.
Right. It's like that book about what Patti Smith wrote.
Oh, God.
I mean, our boy John Cale produced Horses.
Did he?
Yeah. He produced a lot of stuff I don't like, but so, it's not all. I mean, I hate horses.
Which horses?
Come on.
Well, you don't know. Maybe he just produced some horses, and now he's besmirched with a mediocre album by some
horse.
Well, I mean, she is a New York poet. The worst thing you can be.
Certainly. Oh, my favorite is
Marxist poet. Probably wouldn't put it past her.
Who's the guy from the Voidoids? Richard Hell. He's like my favorite, like New York scumbag. He's like still around. I think he lives in some rent-controlled apartment in Manhattan. And he had to have like slept with like every 25-year-old in the city, and he's just,
at any point in time.
And he's like still considers himself like some sort of like punk messiah, but he only made like one album anyone cares about.
Yeah, I cannot think of a single song of his. Is it the one with Blank Generation?
That's it. That's the big one.
Oh, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, but he did nothing since. And he just wrote a bunch of books that are, I'm sure, trash.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe they're great.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing was the Patti Smith book. It's called Just Kids.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just kids. And
her and Robert Mapplethorpe are just children.
Well, I think from what I know, the story of the title is that they were on a train and they were being obnoxious. And someone on the train was like, they're just kids. And I can just imagine myself saying exactly that.
Yeah, they're just kids.
Yeah,
and and that wouldn't be a exceptional or interesting story.
No,
unless you're really romanticizing your youth in New York.
Well, it's like when I read Alison Bechdel's Mother book, and I really related to the mother, who is supposedly the antagonist of the book. Yeah, she's kind of like a Marcus Smith character, actually.
Yeah, that's what he responded to.
Because I think at some point in the book, her mother says something like, "Alison, why don't you do a book that isn't about yourself?"
Yeah, well,
I'm like, I can relate to it. I feel like I've genuinely said that to other people. And it's saying, it's like, oh, what a heartbreaking thing. I don't know, man. It sounds kind of like a good line, to be honest.
Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst humans in history. For this list, we've chosen terrible people who have contributed next to nothing positive to humanity and whose evil deeds far outweigh the good. Number 10, Jeffrey Dahmer, the serial killer. Number 9, Jim Jones, the cult leader. Number 8, Osama bin Laden, the terrorist. Number 7, Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia. Number 6, Ivan IV of Russia, the Terrible. Number 5, Pol Pot, the Dictator. Number 4, Idi Amin, the Butcher. Number 3, Attila, the Hunt. Number 2, Caligula, the Sexton. Number 1.
That's going to be Patti Smith, who is mentioned in the Taylor Swift song Tortured Poets Department. She mentions the singer, songwriter, and poet, and poet, and poet. Community and the poetry community. She was a poet long before she was a singer and a songwriter.
I love that she started off as a poet.
And the poetry community. And Taylor Swift is far from the first major musician.
Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah, so let's get back to Winter. Winter 2. I have the Annotated Fall pulled up here.
Yeah, me too. What's your date?
My date? Oh, I'm on
who you bring
June
into this
15th,
podcast.
2024. Yeah, in case you don't, this is your first episode and you made it this far into it. God bless you. I'm at January 2020, or sorry, June 2024. And this, we have to read this on the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive, because unfortunately Doomby deleted the original site. So
Yeah, bloody Doomby.
Stupid Doomby.
Anyway, yeah, I'm also looking at June 15, 2024, the height of Brad Summer. This is Winter Part 2 by the Fall.
Okay, so we're back to the Dry Outhouse. Still, this is the same song. It's just we're starting with the second half of it, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just the story continues. I'll recite the first verse. On the first floor of the Dry Outhouse was a replica dartboard, and the man on the floor, his soul went out of the window over the lawn, and ran into the mad kid. Please take this medallion. Please wear this medallion. It's no sign of authority. I'd rather go than put it on. So because this is the Annotated Fall, we have annotations that are verbose, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a wall of text. Oh wait, 9 is just a sentence. Brian points out that they give out medallions for periods of time sober in Alcoholics Anonymous. It sounds like the character here is saying he'd rather die than wear the medallion, which I think speaks for Marky Smith. He actually literally did decide to die instead of wearing an Alcoholics Anonymous medallion. Right. So it took him a long time.
Yeah, honestly, 60 years is not bad considering his lifestyle.
Considering every single photo I've seen of him, he's holding a beer.
Right. Yeah, at any age.
Yeah, no, when he was a kid, like when he was the first in the fall, he was like holding beer bottles. Mm-hmm. When he was being interviewed in that BBC documentary, he was a slamming back bruise.
Oh yeah.
So it worked for him. He produced a lot of work.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a friend who says I'm a functional alcoholic. It doesn't faze me. He looks about 20 years older than he is. Yeah. So I don't know about that.
Well, you know I'm a pretty heavy drinker.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I look all right. Cheers. Yeah, you're the one drinking alcohol, my friend. You're the one with the problem.
In moderation.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You're the one with the problems, friend, to quote our
all right.
Marty Smith.
Time for callbacks.
But, I'd say I look about 10 years younger than I actually am. I look pretty great.
Well, with your bullshit hair.
Yeah, well, I do dye my hair. It started going gray, and then one day I woke up and it was this color.
Uh-huh.
That's how it worked.
Well, because you passed out while it was being dyed? What's the stuff?
Don't worry about it.
You were too drunk?
I got drunk and dyed my hair like 7 times.
I'm sure that has happened.
Hey, it's just platinum blonde. It's not like I'm wearing green hair or something.
Right. So when you go full gray, are you going to keep dyeing it?
I don't know. Probably not. No. I'll probably outgrow this phase.
No, yeah, exactly.
So
you have to grow up someday.
No.
You're going to be 40 years old.
I don't like talking about that. I was
so old.
I know. I was on a date last night with someone who was 29, and I mentioned that I was turning 40 in like 9 months, and she made a face.
Was it tongue out, eyes rolling up?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She was having a seizure.
Right.
But no, she made a face like, oh yeah, I guess you would be turning 40 next year.
God. Well, I went to this. There's this place where I use a Rizzo printer. It's like a communal printing space. I was printing some zines and folding them, and there were a couple other people, and we were talking about, like, what are you working on, blah blah blah, and just showing each other what we're doing. And one of them was like, oh, you're Roman Murdoch. I was like, yeah. And she said, we had to study you at school. Jesus Christ, I felt so old.
Can you imagine what kind of degree they're getting?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can guess, but I can't think of a funny wrong answer for this.
Well, I used to care a lot more about this stuff, but I had a Google alert, and University of Washington used me as a reading thing for a while.
Wow.
In Washington State University as well. Like, I would just come up in like the required reading, which is nuts.
Yeah, no, that made me feel 1,000 years old.
Right.
I'm someone's homework. But not even now, like before, back when I was relevant.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's like you, Mark Twain.
Right.
Yeah.
All the greats.
Yeah, all the greats. Yeah, Ulysses, Foghorn, like all of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to winter. So this again was a replica dartboard. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I know.
It's not
great...
annotated.
Right. Well, I did also fixate on replica dartboard. It sounds good.
Sounds good.
So sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I think that's genuinely how Mark wrote a lot of his stuff. If it sounds good, it's good.
Sounds great.
Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned it, but there was this interview with Don DeLillo in Paris Review from like ages or something, where he says, I will absolutely change the meaning of a sentence if it sounds better.
Yeah,
I remember reading that and be like, okay, that's my permission.
for your one-handed comics.
Yeah, I don't know. If I mentioned it, I'm sorry. This podcast is kind of like the fall, always different, always the same.
It's true. Who said that?
Well, let me look this up.
A renowned pedophile, John Peel.
Renowned pedophile, John Peel.
To this day, like, you read a review of, let's say on Pitchfork, the most recent thing they reviewed, I think, was a singles collection. And it was like every single A-side from the fall, which was like six CDs.
Yeah, quite a mixed bag.
And then everyone just still to this day describes John Peel as like the coolest guy who ever lived.
Right.
And well, he married a 15-year-old,
Yeah.
Different times, I guess.
Well, that's where we come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're past the judgments. We don't put up with this.
We don't know.
Yeah, we and our sister podcast, the two Librans, we're investigating this man. We're holding them accountable.
Yeah, this is the Call Out Culture podcast.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right. So you want
check for that check mark? I'm getting that. I'm getting that check mark.
Yeah.
You gotta get a mark check.
Well, I paid for my X blue check.
Yeah? How much is that?
I think it's like $12 a month. It makes me a public figure.
So you're like Prince.
I'm like Prince.
Can you gift it to someone?
Probably. I mean, okay. I think as long as you're giving X money, they're pretty happy about it.
Imagine going on a first date with a bouquet of flowers and a QR code.
for a free X
what a cool
blue
guy.
check.
In case you don't like flowers, there's something that everyone likes. Well, guess what? She's already verified.
Anyway, why don't you go ahead and handle the next the next verse here, Roman?
Yes. Soul went into the kid. Man on the first floor said, I just looked round, I just looked round, I just looked round, and my use, it was sold. Yeah,
how does he say that?
Well, I'm not going to replicate it.
Okay, well,
it really is about the way he says this stuff, because when you read it, as we said before, it may not click quite as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think the one that you read, there's so many great inflections there.
Yeah.
No, it's
like,
no sound of authority.
Yeah.
It really works. And, a lot of times he says things not in the way that you would necessarily expect to put the accent and whatnot.
Yeah. Well said, Roman.
Well
really extrapolating this work.
Well, this is not just them waffling about. This is a professional audio publication.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like flipping through a trade. Two white birds cross the sky that look like krakens. And sometimes that little piano something plays in that blank. Makes me tremble. Yeah, I really like that one. Because he has a kind of a blank there. And it has a little...
a little do-do-do-do-do?
Oh, by the way, look what I have here.
Oh wow! You have is that for the podcast?
Yeah, we're doing live mixing as our spiritual leader has.
Is this Roman?
Yes.
Roman was insisting that he was going to do the theme music for this podcast.
And that's the theme song.
Do you think that's how this podcast is going to start? It sounded good. Does it have any pre-programmed drums?
Yeah, it has everything. So for the listener at home, this is Casio SK1, a legendary synthesizer that was created in, guess what, 1985.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like us.
By Jeffrey Casio.
Jeffrey Katzenberg.
Yeah. This particular model actually comes from the son of Lowell, who is one of the founding members of The Cure.
So Casio's a Japanese company. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, the Jeffrey Casio was not
Jeffrey
correct.
Katzenberg? The guy from DreamWorks?
Jeffrey Kissinger, yes. No, but this thing, Mag purchased it for $50 off the son of Lowell.
Lowell is a laugh out loud?
Laugh out loud. He is one of the founding member of The Cure. I'm not making this up. And his son, Raffle Cure.
Cool.
Yeah, The Cure. I mean, the story there is it was the three founding members: Lowell Cure, Theodore Gnash, and Robert Smith.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're gonna mix our names together and come up with a really good name. And Robert Smith was just like, I don't know about this. So they just used the Theodore and Cure, Lowell Cure. Anyway, what are we talking about? Winter.
So, Krakens. I guess that's a reference to Philip K. Isn't that Philip K. Dick?
No. Philistine K. Dickhead.
Who's that other writer? I only read Kurt Vonnegut.
Come on, think of another writer.
Who wrote the Kraken?
J.K.
J.K.?
Yeah.
No.
H.P. Sauce.
H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Sauce Lovecraft.
H.P. Sauce
That's
Lovecraft.
Right.
Shit.
Hewlett Packard Lovecraft.
Cool. Man, my cat is got some permanent zoomies right now. She's been going for an hour.
She's probably just impressed by my erudition. Of course, Mark Smith is a big Lovecraft head.
It was me that was going to let them do taking a good segment. I wish I had been there. I had that issue with the solitude because certain things that we said that reflect the idea of certain sensitivity gaps. That specifically needed the use of the word emphasis and talking about the person Take you front, Dr. Logan.
Hello, YouTubers. Well, I seem to have a bit more time, and I often have now that my YouTube doesn't take up quite so much time, and instead of cooking
Todos escucharon, y todos escuchaban aún cuando el monstruo se hizo visible, babeando y apretando su inmensidad verde y gelatinosa a través de la tenebrosa abertura, hasta elevarse pesadamente en el aire.
Does not this represent a kind of value contradiction? Also, could we describe a person whose attitude is two things bad? Isn't it likely that facial expressions and kind of interacting with pictures
Take care of your health, because doctors and medicines are expensive.
Well, I lived in Seattle, which is maybe the lamest place on planet Earth, and their hockey team, they were like coming out with a lot of like fun Pacific Northwest stuff, like the salmon, and they settled on the Kraken, which is so lame. Yeah, these are a highly literate city. They know who H.P. Lovecraft is.
Hockey.
He was like a famous anti-Semite.
David Hockney. Did I tell you about David Hockney DMing my dad?
What? No.
So my father in his late years became kind of a Sunday painter. He used to paint before he, in his youth, and then after I became semi-successful, he decided to rival me in some kind of reverse Oedipal complex. And he started painting. He's actually gotten quite good at it. I mean, very different from my work. Anyway, so he's been putting out on the old Facebook, the domain of Prince and the like. And someone named David Hockney DM'd him. And and my dad sent me screenshots being like, look, this guy, I think he's really famous. And he's messaging me. And David Hockney, this bastard, he tried to play my father. He sent him a message that was like, I'm trying to connect with, younger artists. Please join this Facebook group. It's for, so he was trying to scam my father,
There was no way that was David Hockney.
No, of course not, but it was really funny and sad.
Did you ever see his iPad paintings? They they ended up on the cover of the New Yorker.
Oh my God. Yeah, those are one of his best work.
I kind of like it.
I think he's brilliant. His retrospective that I saw in Paris, I think in 2017, was one of the best shows I've ever seen.
I mean, David Hockney is amazing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm just not crazy about those iPad drawings. I want to send him some of my brushes. Maybe it will help.
Well, I don't think he owns a iPad pencil. I think he's really just using his finger.
Well, he was starting out when it was just on the phone or something with this big pen. That was actually better than the later ones that are kind of in the weird middle area.
Yeah. I remember when Gary Larson made his comeback. And I think he started off with
the Cow Tools Man.
The Cow Tools Man. He came back with B. Kleben Light, but he came back with a bunch of iPad paintings of his comics. Dear. They were rough, but I gotta say he got better at it. I think he got the hang of it. So I don't know. I kind of like that older people get that try something new.
Right. Oh, I got a Gary Larson book from the library when I lived in Brooklyn. It's like I gotta get back to the roots. A lot of it is really funny.
Oh, I love Gary Larson.
Yeah, held up so well. I mean, Cow Tools is incredible.
Genius.
Yeah.
But you've read B. Kleben though.
Not really, no.
Dude, you'd love him. If you like Gary Larson's more esoteric stuff, he was a direct influence on Gary Larson.
Oh, right.
And he wrote his most famous stuff is the Kleben Cats, which you'd recognize.
Right. I've definitely seen some cartoons, but I've never read the entire book.
Oh yeah, you should get the book Two Men Fooling Around with the Moon. That one's wonderful. I mean, they're all
It's a great
great.
title.
No, it's and they're less popular than they really should be, but you can buy the books on eBay for like $4. So
The thing about Gary Larson, he's got a lot of windows.
A lot of windows.
Not in his house, I mean, I don't know. But in his cartoons, there's so many windows.
Like literal windows.
Literal windows. Yeah. He's got some kind of window fetish. Like, genuinely, if you compile a book of Gary Larson's window cartoons, it would probably be like half of his work.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think, what kind of life would that be? Waking up every single day and having to come up with some strange cartoon. That's got, and then
right. I thought you were going to say, what would life be without windows? Imagine looking out and it's a wall.
I have a friend who he shout out to Bjorn. I'm sure he wouldn't mind this story, but he moved to New York.
Friend of audience.
He's a friend of mine. Yeah.
Yeah. What's with all this like Nordic friends of yours?
Don't worry about it. I meet these people in certain groups. You know what I mean?
Right.
certain Facebook groups.
History nerds, right?
Certain histories.
Right.
But the Bjorn helped set up the risograph, or he had like an internship at the risograph lab at SVA. And he was living in New York City extremely cheaply when he was here for about 3 months. And I happened to be in town when he was here. And he was living in this house, or not, it was like a building, and it was just a bunch of I wouldn't call them even efficiency apartments. They were just rooms. And he lived in this windowless room. I think it was I think it was in Bushwick. And it was just a mattress on the floor, a shelf and a desk, no windows. The shelf had like empty beer cans on it. It was I think Bjorn was maybe 23 at the time. The building was such a dump. I used the bathroom there, full of roaches. And I think that was the worst living situation I've ever seen in my life. And I heard that I think HTML Flowers lived there for a little while.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Infested.
He had some stories about him.
Right.
But also Bjorn, when he was living here, I was just walking around the city with him, and he was like, "Hey man, yeah, the city's my gym." And he did pull up some scaffolding under a construction site.
I don't think you understand what a gym is.
Well, he was doing pull-ups on a construction site. I went home, and a few weeks later, he told me he got a fine for it.
Yeah, there's a certain kind of guy who does that.
Well, I think it's also like when you're really young, you just think, I could live in any living situation.
Oh, right.
And the city will be in my apartment. And if the city's your fucking apartment, that's a really rough statement.
Yeah. I mean, I've lived in squalor. I think the worst that I've seen was actually also in Bushwick back in the day. I was staying at my ex's ex place, where he was not present because he was running a bar, and he apparently was quite rich because he was like a tech guy or something. And he had this entire apartment that was just empty. And, I asked like, well, do you know if I can crash somewhere? And she said, well, you can go there. And she gave me the address. I come in, I buzz the apartment, no one responds. So I call her, I say, no one's in. And she says, well, just go in. And I go, how do you mean? How do I open the door? And she goes, oh, there's no lock. So that was the first sign that may not be the best place to stay. And indeed, it is a door that just opens. And you go in.
In Bushwick.
And yeah. I mean, it was a while ago. You go upstairs, and it's just this completely decrepit apartment building. Most of the other doors had some semblance of a lock. The apartment that I was to stay in didn't have any. So you go into the building, you go and you open the rooms, and in there was something like 9 mattresses from various hotels.
Oh no!
So like Ace Hotel, another hotel, all the different mattresses. Yeah,
that's so rough.
There was something like quite haunting about that. And then there was a painting of Jarvis Cocker. And I think that was it in terms of decor. And I stayed there for 2 nights.
Good Lord. And you survived.
Cheap bastard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the last verse, I'll go ahead and take care of it. Because I guess we have to talk about the fall at some point.
Right.
So, the mad kid had 4 lights. The average is 2.5 lights. The mediocre has 2 lights. The sign of genius is 3 lights. There's 1 light left. That's the 1 light. That's the science law, courtesy of Winter.
Yeah, not what I would hear.
No.
But, yeah. But that's one of the joys of the fall for me is mishearing the lyrics.
Right.
I actually once misheard something, and then I looked it up, and it was something else. And I really liked what I had misheard for years. And I just put it in one of my books. Well, I wrote it. It's not in the song, so fuck
right. Cool. Yeah. No. I actually, having read that, I really like what he wrote there. I have absolutely know what it means.
Well, the annotators bring up William Blake, and I tend to believe them because Mark was a big Blake head.
I mean, the if you go to the main page for the Annotated Fall, it is a William Blake painting. I didn't realize there was comments on here. Holy shit! There's oh my god! Holy shit!
Wow, the things we lost,
dude. Like scroll down. Oh, and guess who's one of the main commenters?
Prince.
It's I wish. It's a photo of Jerry Garcia.
Once again,
our friend of the pod, Jerry Garcia.
This our production is just so seamlessly weaving through all this.
We got the
network
weave, baby.
Of references, you know,
right.
Always different,
always the same. So, oh my god, these people are insane. This is like the TCJ forum back in the day.
Oh god. Yeah, not like us, you know, the cool dudes.
The bad boys of comics.
That's right. Yeah.
I guess is that a William Blake reference?
Well, the cool kids of comics.
No.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember that, and I'm also not a big expert.
I like William Blake.
I got a story about William Blake for you.
What's that? Yeah, friend of the pod, William Blake.
Friend of the pod. Yeah, apparently at some point, some other guy, probably a writer, was passing by Blake's house, and he thought he'll drop in. Goes inside. Again, the story doesn't really make sense because it's kind of like that Bushwick situation where he could just walk through the door. But whatever, I'm going to believe him. He walks through William Blake's door. And yeah, interesting thing about William Blake, he didn't have locks. He walks in, and in the garden. Again, he walks in, there's no one home. So he just proceeds to the garden. The more I remember this story, the more holy it seems. Full of holes, that is.
Yeah, not in the
but
religious
also,
sense. Yeah.
But also.
I mean, William Blake was a lot of...
Well, wait for it. He goes to the garden looking for William Blake, and there he is, butt naked, with his good lady wife. And the narrator thinks, oh dear, they're engaging in some hanky-panky times. But guess what? They were reenacting scenes from the Bible. William Blake.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I usually do with my lovers.
It's what we call an apocryphal story.
Speaking of living situations, I might have actually told you this story before, but my first apartment in Buffalo, it was between my freshman and sophomore year. I lived in Elmwood Village, which is kind of the hip happening part of Buffalo. It was on a 3rd floor of a house. There's like these beautiful old mansions in Buffalo, and the owner was a police officer. He lived on the 2nd floor. This guy and I lived on the 3rd floor. And the first night I moved in, and there were a lot of cool bars around, and I was 19, and they didn't really card you or anything into the bars at the time. That was, 2005. Simpler times.
Yeah, hip happenings in cool bars.
Right.
2008.
I got blackout drunk. And it was 2005. But
I'm sorry.
I got blackout drunk, and then I woke up on top of my sheets and walked out the door to go get coffee or something. And my landlord was on his balcony, and he called out, "Hey, Tom, do you sleepwalk?" And I was like, uh-oh. And apparently he told me, like, yeah, he just walked in my apartment last night. And I was naked. my girlfriend and I were naked. And it was a cop. And I'm surprised I wasn't shot dead on sight. Because he was a police officer. But I guess he just sent me on my merry way. His door was unlocked. Just that could have broke bad in so many ways.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Is
it.
it something that you do habitually? Or?
No, that hasn't happened since. Really, I mean, I don't really get blackout drunk anymore.
So it's not a habit of yours?
No.
Oh my god, I remembered something. Yeah, I had this temporary shitty job at I think it was Oculus.
Oculus.
What's that? Yeah. They sort of hired a bunch of random cartoonists to.
Oh, that's the VR.
Yeah, to create VR experiences.
It's kind of like OK Soda for.
Yeah, no, they hired whoever was around. Honestly, yeah. I had never used VR before. It was completely baffling to me.
This is in San Francisco.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so they hired me, Sophia, and a couple other people, and we did this stuff. Everyone else kind of treated us like we're just completely insane, because it's Tech Bro Central.
Right.
And it would be, either this like intense techie dudes or very, very normie marketing ladies. They didn't like us at all, even though we didn't really do much to be confrontational or anything. But you know me.
Yeah.
I can be what people might call an irritating presence.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one day we were having lunch, and this woman comes up to me, and she is just absolutely furious. She comes up, and you can tell that she has a lot to say, and then she's like, "Yeah, never mind," walks off. I'm like, what? What is that? I don't know. And then she turns around and she's like, I have to say it. I have to say it. She comes up to me and she's just like, when you went to the bathroom, you didn't clean up after yourself. I'm like, what do you mean? And she just takes a deep sigh because the very effort of saying these words is hurtful to her. And she says, you didn't flush. I'm like, what? I'm pretty sure I flushed. And then she's disgusted by my response. I'm like, well, I'm sorry if I hadn't, but like, believe me, this is not a habit of mine. This is what I say as she's walking off into the depths of the office. Well, guess what? Later on, turned out that the flushing mechanism was broken.
Wow.
So I pressed the button, thinking that I had flushed. I didn't stay there to see if it worked or not. I just walked off back to my job, and apparently it didn't work.
Well, like, what a weird, like, if I went to the bathroom and I saw the toilet hadn't flushed, you know what I'd do? I'd flush the fucking toilet. I wouldn't go confront the man who may have neglected to flush the toilet.
Yeah, like, this is why the world is in the state we're in, because of people like you.
Yeah.
Because if everyone was like her and she actually confronted the non-flushers, maybe people would be held accountable.
Yeah, she'd be able to end several wars we're currently in right now.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I just like how absolutely affronted she was and how disgusted she was with just the effort of saying these things. And she also had like the most roundabout way of, you didn't clean up after yourself. Like, come on, lady, we're all poop. And this is probably why you were there. But, I talk about it now like, funny story. But I was so anxious about it.
Oh, yeah.
So I had another week there, and I was just dreading every single visit to the bathroom. I would flush 100 times, and I was so scared of her. She made me so anxious.
It's a traumatic story.
I know. So if you're listening, fuck you. Go flush yourself.
Yeah, go flush yourself.
You uptight.
Don't say it.
Okay. I didn't say it.
You didn't say
listen
anything.
at home. I didn't edit anything out. I clenched my teeth.
Yeah.
Like I should have. Yeah.
Unless you say something that might hurt people's feelings.
Exactly. Well, you can insert whatever naughty word you like.
Пизда ебаная, сука блядская.
Yeah, so we're at hour 4, and
great.
we've talked about the fall maybe 2 minutes. So we hit it. We mentioned the last verse. Mentions
that's
William
the content.
Blake.
Yeah,
that's your content for today, folks. And remember, Roman, this is one that you're editing.
Oh, that's fine. That's
okay.
Fine.
Well,
I can add a few,
fart sounds for your bathroom story.
No, I wouldn't do such a thing. This is a sophisticated production. Come on.
Okay.
I might put some musical accompaniment like.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love a fake synth horn.
No, it's great. Well, the sound is very lo-fi.
I mean, I think that you should give it a shot, but you have to do it by tomorrow, okay?
Right. Yeah.
The theme music.
Yeah. No, I got a bunch of equipment, and I'm gonna become a musician tomorrow and edit everything, and it'll be great.
Well, we have to put out episode 1 first, but I think we should wrap up this segment with a quote from Prince. All I want for Christmas is for God to continue making my life better.
That's beautiful. And that's the message for the night.
We'll see you on the other side of this break.
Revelation unveiled. The unveiling unveiled. Okay. Revelations on the revelation. Okay. The revelation revealed.
A minor fracas.
The unveiling unveiled. Okay. Revelations on the revelation. Okay. The revelation revealed.
Ex-convicts on
the unveiling unveiled.
Ex-convicts on
The revelation revealed.
Ex-convicts on
The unveiling unveiled.
And he hasn't even, there's a possibility that he hasn't even, and he hasn't even, there's a possibility that he hasn't even, and he hasn't even, there's a possibility that he hasn't even, and he hasn't even, there's a possibility that he hasn't even, and he hasn't even, there's a possibility
that makes him, I feel like he's picking on us to pick a thing like that, to criticize us about. We shouldn't have to apologize for what comes into our minds to discuss in what sequence. I think it's very obvious that was, as we were discussing, having contact with employers for job development, that would be a very
Don't call it. Don't call it. Don't call it.
Welcome back to the Two Librans podcast, not to be confused with the Two Libras podcast. Today we'll be discussing known feminist Mark E.smith, who never did one thing that was problematic, and we'll never have to take him to task. Roman, what are we listening to today for the interview?
Today we're listening to Mark E.smith on alcohol, brackets, transcript included.
Right.
And I will say, if it weren't for the transcript, I would have no idea what he's saying.
And luckily, because we went a little off kilter on that first segment, and we discussed, you have another glass of wine, that's nice. How appropriate for today's.
Oh, yeah. Well, I need to commit to the bit.
Driven to Drink by Mark E.smith.
Yeah, it's what he would have wanted.
Yeah, I think this is a segment of an interview uploaded by John Doe. That's a nice name.
68 subscribers.
68. His profile picture looks like a picture of the fall. Bricks era.
Yeah. And once again, 300 to 24 thumbs up, no thumbs down.
No thumbs down?
Well, hang on. I think they just hide it.
The comments on this one.
I was thinking we should read the comments.
Yeah.
But first...
First, let's go ahead and let's get through these 53 seconds.
Let's go. Okay, well, listener at home can play the game trying to decipher this. Good luck.
No, I'm not ashamed. I like a beer. No, I don't think there's anything fucking... I think the worst thing is when people drink under the table, to be quite frank. Nothing worse than a secret drinker. I'm not ashamed of it. No. You always get that in the papers, like Mark is drowning in a fucking sea of Boddingtons, you know what I mean? I've seen bands, they fucking drink Jack Daniels, they drink bottles of fucking Jack Daniels in the fucking carrier bags, fucking in the suitcases. If you drink, you fucking put it on the table, man. That's why I was brought up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you could take it a step.
Bloody, they're going, oh, they don't drink, they're all bloody taking heroin and fucking all the rest of it. It's crap, man. If you drink in the open, you don't become an alcoholic.
Okay.
Incredible. I was with him until the last line. Okay, I think we can maybe sort of read it out and analyze the wisdom in these words.
It's a lot of potty language. To go back to our toilet talk.
Yeah, how would you describe the setting? And
it looks like he, believe it or not, is at a pub.
Yeah.
And that's where many of his more informal interviews take place.
Indeed.
I think that this one, he's particularly inebriated.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually intersperse his sentences with this many fuckings.
It does look like a very cozy pub.
I mean, you go to them in London, right?
Yeah, and then I remember reading something of his saying that a pub is like a church.
Yeah,
and I thought, it's just him being alcoholic. But now that I have been to some, I see what he means.
I know a lot of the ones in London. I think that when I'm actually planning a trip to London, and I think that one of the things that we need to do is go to a pub and see if we can find one that Mark E.smith.
Well, yeah, we'll do a live from the local.
Yeah. How quickly would we get kicked out?
It's like, you don't understand. It's about your culture, actually. We're trying to help.
The second you open the laptop, please fucking leave.
No, I have
put on our
some
headphones.
Ones. But a proper pub, you wouldn't have blaring music, and it's totally acceptable to go in, get a glass of something, read a book. It's not like one of those Bushwick bars that you go to and try to scream over everyone else. You look nice today. Who are you?
You look different than your Tinder profile picture.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
what is he saying here? Oh, I'm not ashamed.
He's
I
not
like
ashamed.
A beer,
If you drink in the open, you're not an alcoholic, which is just an absurd
Yeah,
statement.
so the final line is, if you drink in the open, you don't become an alcoholic.
Right.
I don't think that's how it works.
One of my favorite Mark E.smith quotes is that the bars got ruined when they stopped allowing smoking in them.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he was like, the second that happened, you just see fathers changing their kids' diapers on the bar.
I mean, again, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
There is something that is lost.
Oh, like IPA dead bars. Those are like the people. My parents didn't bring up fucking bars when I was a kid.
Right. I do find that quite odd.
Yeah, no, it's like acceptable to go get smashed with your friends with like a little kid, like running around causing a ruckus.
I remember I went to that place, Turtles All the Way Down. That was not far from me.
Yeah.
You know that bar in Bed-Stuy?
I've heard of it.
And it was just a shitty dive bar. But, I was having a beer at noon or something like that.
Who has that problematic behavior?
With an alcoholic friend. Earlier mentioned. Yeah, and there was a couple with a child who was just running around and being really unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, children always are.
But especially there.
Yeah.
Like, but this child delivers nothing. It's not getting any value out of the bar. It's not giving anything to the bar. It's just there.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like, I'm sure they didn't want to leave it in the house with all the knives and sockets and whatever.
Well, my parents would get a fucking babysitter.
Right, or a cage.
Is that what they did in Mother Russia?
I did have one of those cage beds. Did you have a cage bed?
A crib.
A crib. Is that what they're called? Oh, fuck. I was so rushed today. My first memory is being in prison of my childhood.
Yeah, you put one of those cage beds.
Well, I generally, because it's second language, there's a lot of things that I picked up and something that I just never did.
That's your excuse for being a fucking idiot.
Oh, shut up. I can't believe
anyway, back to this interview. We have to get our insults out. We have a lot of pent-up aggression.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a, American privilege, Oh, a cage bed. And then you're probably gonna look it up And guess what? It is called a cage bed.
Let me look. Russian cage bed. All right, let's take a look. 2 Russian spies were found naked in bed together.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
I'm
remember
gonna
that.
go close that Google search. Let's go. Let's go ahead and get back to this interview.
So, one of my first memories as a human being
in the cage bed
is a tiny television and a person lying under a tank, and the White House, the Russian White House, in smoke. What an image!
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's history. Look it up.
Okay, the Russian
Anyway.
White House with smoke coming out of it.
There's White House everywhere. What, you think America is the only place with a White House?
So is
Wait,
this
hang on. There isn't a White House in Russia. What am I saying?
What are you talking about?
The White House.
The White House. Is it a literal house that's white?
Okay, I'm not wrong. There is a White House in Russia, in Moscow. It's called
Is it like part of the
White
Kremlin?
House. Belly Dome. It's where government lives. You know, it's the same as American White House.
That's where the government lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many houses there are?
I mean, what are you talking about? So Russia has a
White House. Well, White House is the White House.
The American White
You
House.
know the White House.
Where the president lives.
Yeah. The government, the entire government lives in the White House.
I don't think you have a great grasp of how the American government works.
Yeah, no, they all moved in, and it's kind of like a big sitcom. That's what the Full House is
It's
based
Full
on.
House?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never seen that. What is that?
Full House?
Yeah, is it about White House?
It's not about White House.
What a disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Bob Saget, comedian, lived in a house with
Okay.
like, 3
Is it
daughters
where
or
it goes
something.
like, let's walk and talk?
What? Oh, you're thinking West Wing.
Okay, sure. I like that became a thing. Like they invented walking and talking at the same time, and this is considered to be like the height of sophistication in America. You know, it's like in the medieval times when the first person who learned to read without opening his mouth was considered to be some kind of devil. And it's like Americans go, you know, you can walk and talk at the same time.
Aaron Sorkin
Right,
created
right.
the show. And he has a style.
Sorokin. Well, he had this whole thing where with airplane scene, didn't he?
Airplanes?
Anyway, it was like a really cringy scene about some news crew on an airplane learning about 9/11 and breaking the news.
Sorkin was arrested by security guards at Hollywood Burbank Airport and found he was in possession of hallucinogenic mushrooms, marijuana, crack cocaine, and a metal crack pipe. So,
Okay, I have some respect for him now.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, let's walk and talk and smoke crack and cocaine and marijuana and ketamine.
I mean, that was in 2001 when The West Wing was on.
Right. Well, it was a stressful time.
That show was a response to the Bush administration.
Right.
It was about bringing dignity back to the White House with a Democratic president.
Absolutely. Yeah. Art is powerful like that, you know.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and finish up this interview here.
Before that great line, he says some things like, I think the worst thing is when people drink under the table. I don't think it's being literal here, but I have drunk under the table. Have you done that? Like literally under the table? It's quite hard because your bottle can hit the bottom of the table.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I was at a zine fest or something, and someone brought me a drink, which is like an entire bottle of vodka or something.
You're Russian. You're drink this.
Yeah, I think it was one of those like, I'm gonna be an edgy guy and bring this guy with a Russian name, a bottle of vodka, and I'm like, I'll take it, I guess.
It's like water to you.
It's not. I'm not a big drinker, and you know, I took a couple of sips just to make this person happy. It was challenging.
Yeah, no, I mean, straight vodka is disgusting. I mean, Max and I at comic festivals would get pretty inebriated. They're so fucking boring.
Right.
Like sitting around just trying to talk to strangers so they like flip through your book and read them right in front of your fucking face.
Well, that happened to me at Graphics in fucking Belgium.
Yeah, no, I think we also, a little context here is that we haven't recorded in a few weeks because we both had a lot of traveling going on.
Yeah, that's why we talk about nonsense so much. You know, it's not as focused as it usually is.
Right.
No, we miss each other. You know, we're men in our of a certain age, and the only way we can talk is by having a podcast. You know, well, I can't just like call you because that's gay. We have to have a podcast.
We don't even stake it as homosexuals.
Not that gay, but you know what I mean.
You mean happy?
Well, one of those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it used to be. I used to be say like, "Hey, do you want to go to a show? Do you want to hang out?"
Right.
When you lived in New York.
Well, you need an excuse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless it's gay.
Exactly. So anyway.
Cool. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I tabled recently in Antwerp. Which is the respectable way of saying it. And yeah, the first day I wasn't drunk. I was just there. I was a lot of students. It was horrible. And yeah, it was a very odd experience because people would walk past and I had one of my comics kind of printed as a big sheet and was painting with children. It was very funny. People would walk by and read the entire thing and have a laugh and walk off. You know, they would read it and would say, well, I've had my value out of it. There's no point in buying it because I've already had my laugh and then I can just remember it. Bastards. Yeah. Yeah, so it was an odd experience because it was gratifying to see people enjoy your work. You know, normally you don't have that.
Yeah.
But I didn't get rewarded for it with money.
Money.
Anyway, I don't care at all.
Well, yeah, I think my best weekend festival I made maybe $500.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I want the laughs.
Yeah. Well, also like what a non-sustainable thing. Just like I think my flight was, $200.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck people make a living from this.
Secret money.
Right, definitely. Secret pockets. Well, the second day I got in, started drinking at 11.
In morning.
Yeah, had a great time. Very strong 8% Belgian beer.
I mean, you were tabling alone too. That's the
worst.
No,
that was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Usually I would table with Max or another friend when I traveled.
I was between Colorama, that was womaned by this quite quiet, polite woman.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll cut it out. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, the worst festival I ever did, I think, I was just tabling alone. I just got it because it was Toronto Comic Art Fest TCAF, and I was tabling at that, and I went by
no
myself.
Cosplayers.
No.
That became controversial because people were like, well, what if cosplaying is my entire identity,
Yeah, remember that NFT artist that?
God, yeah.
that was a huge controversy with that.
That was such a dumb story.
That was so stupid. But anyway, back to I think this was probably 2015, 2016. I had like friends that were also going. Like I knew like a lot of Fantagraphics people would be there, and so it's not like I was going by myself completely cold. But I definitely was seating by myself the entire time, and I'm not gonna like drink by myself at a comic festival. But they seated me on the second floor behind this huge pole, so no one could see me. And they seated me next to this woman with these like incredible screen prints, and like I was just sitting there with my like narrative comics, and I don't think I sold a single one. And people would be like marvel. It could be a huge crowd around her table to like look at these beautiful screen prints, and it would cover my entire table, and people would just like flop their backpacks onto my books, just so they could like pick the posters up and look through them.
Right.
And I was like, could you please move your fucking water bottle off my comics?
Yeah, what are you doing, you scum?
Yeah, that was a horrible festival for me.
Why don't you read my autobiographical comics about being an excellent man?
I think my book at the time was the Big Me book, which.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's a great portrayal of your character.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I remember I was tabling at Angoulême and they put me in the mainstream tent.
Oh no.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing you can be, is actually the least popular artist among popular artists.
Right.
Yeah.
Like what an Angle Lemma would be an example of a popular cartoonist, though.
Well, like Drawn's Far.
What?
The guy who did Rabbi's Cat.
I don't know that one.
What are you talking about?
Like Rabbi's Cat?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a cat. It belongs to a rabbi.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Anyway, he's unbelievably popular. People had a literal fist fight in line to get his book signed.
Jesus.
Yeah, they were fighting. I'm sitting there being like, you can get my book signed. No one's going to fight you for that. I had like 3 people, you know. Yeah, so Angle Lemma is funny because it's split into several camps. Well, not camps, I shouldn't say that. Tents.
Yeah.
A similar vibe. I mean, it's also, Angle Lemma is known for its comics and for a prison.
Really?
Make of that what you will.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the mainstream tent, a very different crowd there. You know, so it's people who go there and buy, some of them literally buy every single book that comes out and has an author present because they're just collecting signatures. They don't even care what it is. Yeah. It's really weird. And I had no idea about French mainstream at all. You know, I kind of like, my idea of French comics is like Christophe Blain and Blush and all the like better ones, Catherine Marie's. But there's so much trash. There's so much like hyper detailed anime.
Oh, Anouk Ricard. She's a French lady.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I wouldn't put her, I think she's pretty popular, but she's not like in that shitty tent.
Yeah,
with
she's
all
in the fun tent.
Right. Well, my editor has quit that publisher, so next time I go sign in, I'll be in the indie tent with all the cool kids and
cool.
10 people. No, I mean, it was pretty disheartening, like seeing the absolute magnitude of those lines, you know, and you think like, oh my God, well, these people are like on a different plane. Right. Yeah. And then there were all these photos of like Svar and Blaine hanging out with Macron. It's kind of embarrassing, you know. I mean, would you hang with Trump on a state visit?
Yeah.
Because I feel like he would definitely like your comics.
Thanks.
I mean, let's be honest here. Over the two of us, you're gonna be the Trump guy. Come on.
I mean,
although he has like a kind of surreal sense of humor sometimes. I think he would like Terrible Father, I think. But he's kind of like Mark in that he just probably listens to himself.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the interview.
interview.
So he's saying, I'm not ashamed of it. You always gathered in the paper, you know, like Mark is drowning in this fucking seas of Boddingtons. What is Boddingtons? Who knows?
It's a kind of beer.
Who cares? I've seen bands, they fucking drink Jack Daniels. They drink bottles of fucking Jack Daniels in the fucking carrier bags. This I love that he brings carrier bags.
It's hyper specific, so he's probably talking
well, but
about...
he's like a carry bag man. We'll have to talk about that song at some point.
I don't know what even that means.
Carry bag, well, it's basically a plastic bag that you have from a supermarket.
Okay, that's what that's called.
British cartoonist Joe DC sent me a plastic bag once from Tesco's in the mail because they changed their bags to paper bags, and he sent me this plastic bag, and he said like, this is kind of the final relic of the era of Mark E.smith, and I feel like you should have that. That was a very nice gesture.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should never have switched from plastic bags. Those are...
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where the culture really went off, you know.
When they stopped...
Indoor smoking, plastic bags, Brad Summer, that's the pipeline.
Just like landfills full of plastic bags, unrecyclable. Anyway, so now that that's all said, we went through that entire nonsense interview. So let's go ahead and go down... a classic Mark E.smith aphorism. Pithy, sounds profound, but is absolutely wrong.
That's a great comment.
Yeah.
Well, the top comment for me is, followed Mark's advice, was honest about my drinking, and kept my beer on the table. Then I got sacked from the primary school. This country. What a classic bit.
A lot of these are very Puritan. Whenever you have like someone extolling alcohol on any sort of social media thing, the people that are in treatment for alcoholism, like they chime in and just say how sad it is.
Mhm.
I don't think Mark E.smith was ever sad about drinking, but like it's just like, oh, he's an addiction issue, and look what became of him. It's like, let him do.
I mean,
that.
he would say like, I am one of the 10 people in the world who can take speed and have no adverse effects. And look at his face. Like he was like a walking advertisement for moderation.
Was he wearing his dentures at the time?
Well, that was the least of it. Well,
my friend Max and I have a very dark sense of humor, and we both enjoy our bottles, our cups. We send each other a lot of memes, and there are a lot of like pro-drinking memes, and the algorithm started giving me pro-drunk driving memes.
Okay, wow. Escalating.
Yeah, like what my algorithms like float off the rails.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, which
now
is
it's like,
where you will
it's
end up if you drink and drive.
Yeah, oh, it's also...
Sorry.
No, I like it. But a lot of them are about like picking up your kids after having like 12 beers. And how that's cool. And then all my advertisements are for apps on your phone for sobriety. So, like my algorithm's just completely fucked.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one of my happiest memories of being alone and drunk
cool
was in Paris.
Uh-huh.
The gay Paris. You know, I think I came from Angoulême. And I had this long flight, and I think it was some fucking sports team that were very rowdy and manly. Maybe it was a different year. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I was in a hotel that was undergoing renovation. They sat me in the shittiest hotel they could find. So I couldn't sleep all night. And yeah, they were renovating through the night. The French way. You know. Yeah. And in the morning, I was like, okay, I have a day in Paris. I got to do some Paris stuff, you know, go to museums, etc. And I was just in such a shitty mood, you know. I was hating everything. I was looking at all these French people with their bread, you know, walking around and just, I mean, genuinely, you would see people walking around with a baguette, and then they just put it in their mouth and eat it, you know. Like pigeons or something.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
It is.
Like, wait till you get home or something. It's not a sandwich. You can't just eat a loaf of bread. And I'll take a walk to the Museum of Hunting and Nature, because it was recommended to me. And I was going, and I love a long walk. You know, I'm from Russia. The idea of taking a car or a train is kind of ridiculous. I mean, that's the thing in Eastern Europe. People will be like, yeah, I'll be there soon, couple hours. And then you just walk through the snow. I mean, genuinely. Yeah. Half of my dates when I was a young man were basically hikes. Technically.
You went on dates in Russia?
Well, there was nowhere to go, so you just trundle through the snow for miles. Get lost. Pass out.
Let's go back to France.
Anyway. So I'm in France, I'm walking there, it's an hour, I'm trying to listen to an audiobook, trying to enjoy myself in any way, and I just cannot do that. I stop by a coffee shop, I get a coffee, I hate everyone there. I hate it. I walk past the sake store, and I think, well, it wouldn't look good, but why don't I get a little bottle of sake? Because I was enjoying that kind of thing at the time. And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. It's 10 a.m. I'm getting a little bottle of sake.
Your stories today have all been about drinking in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that was the thing. Like, I had a train later or something. And I felt embarrassed about it. But I was also just at the end of my tether. And I got this little bottle and also looked quite sophisticated. So I thought, it's fine. And I'm walking there in the morning, drinking sake. And very soon I stopped feeling sorry for myself. And I started feeling great. And when I got to the Museum of Hunting in Nature, which is quite a strange place, I was pretty trashed because I'm kind of a lightweight, and I had such a good time. So you go in there are these stuffed owls. They look like Simon Hanselman's character.
Oh, owl.
Yeah, owl. You've heard of him. There's all kinds of stuff, and then there's one room with a bunch of drawers. And unlike all the bullshit museums where you can just look at things, in this one you can touch them. You can open the drawers, and in each drawer there's a medieval weapon.
No.
Yeah.
Like vintage?
Yeah, like proper ass weapons.
So you can like wave around one of those balls.
No, you can't. You can't touch the weapons. Come on.
Okay.
But there will be like a scimitar, a crossbow, a dagger.
But these are weapons.
A
You
rapier.
can pick them up and play with them.
Well, there would be like all these RPG weapons, that I would know from being a man. And it was just great. It was like being in a video game, and I'm drunk, and I have no obligations. And then I thought, you know what? To hell with conventions. And I didn't drink for the rest of the day. I went to have dinner in the evening, and guess what? Everyone else was getting trashed. I didn't drink anything, and I slept well. So fuck you, France. You can drink in the morning and be happy.
Okay, well, is that your drinking story?
I think that's got to be the moral, the message for the day.
Message for the day is drink in the morning.
Wake up, get trashed, and don't drink in the evening.
Yeah. Also, all your stories today have been about drinking and making you happy.
Yeah, maybe I should be an alcoholic.
I remember we were at a ramen place after we went to your reading, where the non-monogamy group was.
Oh my God, have we talked about that?
Yeah. That was so fucking funny.
Yeah, right. I had a reading at some very wholesome coffee shop, right? And at the same time, there was a book club discussing the ethical slut. So it was a bunch of polydorks. And they were quite loud and annoying. And I just kept kind of, is there a term for that? Like reverse heckling?
No, I don't think I
can
think
you
it's
heckle
literally,
the
you're
audience? 'Cause
reverse
that's what I was
heckling these
doing.
people.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
being extremely confrontational.
Very confrontational, yeah. I was having my little Marcus Smith moment.
Yeah, I remember in Foghorn, your main character was reading a book, and you said, "Oh, here she is having a proper relationship with a book."
Right. Yeah, you're supposed to read it, not read it out loud in public and discuss it with people. I don't know.
And also, all those poly people, they all look so unfuckable.
Oh God. Yeah, one of them had a hat that was planted so high up. You could fit another head inside that hat.
Yeah.
And like, how do you even keep it on? Was it taped or something?
And they were turning around, giving you the dirtiest looks.
Right. Well, no, not the sexy dirty looks. Just dirty.
Just we hate you.
And then we escaped. Yeah.
Well, it was so strange because they just booked two things the same night.
Right.
But then.
And I think the organizer then had to apologize for me.
Yeah, they came on afterward, and some guy was like, "Okay, I think that everyone should respect each other's spaces."
Yeah, we need to remember that we're sharing a space with different communities.
Yeah.
And it was like, I remembered. That's why I was being a dick. I was very aware of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure I didn't cause any great damage to their relationships.
No.
They're as damaged as they had been at the beginning.
Well, I think that they probably ended the night thinking that you're an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, great.
Yeah.
Well, there was a guy who was just like having this 1,000-mile stare even before I went out there, and he was just like, I thought this is going to be sexy and I'll get laid, and they're just talking about semiotics. I fell for that one. Like, dude, just go home and masturbate. It's literally the same thing. It's the result that counts.
Yeah. Jesus.
No, I mean, genuinely. The Philip Larkin way, I do find, like, at some point you got to have that self-awareness where you're looking over your 5 partners in your little twin bed in Bed-Stuy, and you go like, I could have just masturbated, right?
Yeah, this is a lot of effort.
Is this necessary?
It's also like how much effort goes into that. You can't have like any other hobbies.
Right. Well, they probably don't have any other hobbies. That's why they have
true.
to fill their lives with people. Ugh.
Profoundly boring.
Yeah. Not like us.
Not like us. Hour 2 of a podcast about the fall. This one is gonna float off the rails.
Yeah, that's the real.
Fine. It's fine.
Have you ever been in a book club? I mean, obviously not, but
no. I mean, why? Because I can't read.
Right. Well, I remember when I was teaching in art school, I had an assignment somewhere early in the semester, something like simple, and you have to design like 3 props for a book. So you pick a story from a book. Like it had to be a book because I didn't want it to be some other visual media. Like it had to be a written thing.
Yeah.
And 90% of the students picked Harry Potter. Next semester I was like, and it cannot be Harry Potter. And some people stared at me like, are there other books?
also, there's visual medium for Harry Potter, like plenty of it.
Right. So you draw that fucking shield or whatever. I don't know. There's like a rat with a wand.
I think we are the exact age that we did not fall under that spell.
Yeah, no.
It was because we were both just a little too old for that one.
Right.
And also, by then I was reading Tom Clancy, you know?
Harry Potter for man. So my parents, they were sort of friends with this weird guy who was like franchising American media, or trying to. And he was trying to make Tom Clancy a hit in Russia.
Have you read any of his books?
Well, I have, because every single time he would come over for some gathering, he would bring a gift, and it would be a Tom Clancy book, because he had a backlog.
Yeah.
So for a while, because my parents would do a lot of dinner parties, they're Armenian, so they do it every week. I had more Tom Clancy book than any other author. I think I read one of them, and I was like, this is not aimed at me. This guy just kept coming and bringing those Tom Clancy books. I could build a wall out of them.
Michael Crichton.
I don't know.
He was a little better. He wrote Jurassic Park.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
What you were telling me about that video game that you were obsessed with of his.
Yeah.
Time Shift. What was it?
Time Quake, I think. No, that's a Kurt Vonnegut book. No, Timeline.
Timeline. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was it was like early high school. I was reading.
So you wrote an essay about it.
I didn't write an essay. Oh, I did review it on a website that no one read at the time.
I wrote a review of a Garfield video game when I was a child.
Which one?
I don't know. But that was an open call in the Russian magazine. Like, you too can be a writer.
Yeah.
And though the Russian early video game magazines in Russia were batshit insane.
Yeah.
I think they were all written by literal children. I remember that reading about, there was like and also instead of reviews, they would just do a full walkthrough of the game. Because there wasn't like any idea of criticism.
Yeah.
Video game criticism didn't exist. Not unlike now when it's a thriving literary field. But I remember reading in like a walkthrough of a Beavis and Butthead adventure game.
Oh, that's a great game.
That's a great game.
Yeah.
And it had something like, and then you pick a condom. I don't know what it is, but I know it's popular in America. Now, the thing is, I also didn't know what it is. So it was just like, I don't know, I guess.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
What is a condom? Yeah.
Well, it took me many years to find out.
Fatherland?
I've never impregnated anyone.
Great. Okay, well, let's end it up that note.
Have you? I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There's like quite a weird episode of Seinfeld where Kramer gets really obsessed about the fact that he's infertile.
I've not seen.
Yeah,
that
and
one.
then he like.
I've seen the one where he gets circumcised.
No, he like impregnates a random woman, and in the end, he's like, "Yes, she's pregnant," and then it goes, brum, 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 brum. And that's the punchline.
That is not true. That is not true.
No, I swear. Like, I watched like a few episodes of Seinfeld maybe a couple of years ago, and good God, some of them did not age well. I was one of them.
He got a woman pregnant, and then nothing.
Yeah, that was a
happened, no
punchline.
follow-up or anything. The next week.
That's it.
This wasn't a dream.
Maybe I don't know.
I think you may have made this up in your imagination.
Well, I mean, there was this whole saying with him like killing his fiance. There's a lot of quite outlandish things.
Well, that was the wedding invitation thing where she like.
Yeah. I mean, that's like psychotic.
Oh yeah, I mean the show was, but that was funny, you know. But
right. It was very, very cruel in a lot of ways.
Kramer Seinfeld pregnant.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
Right,
and I believe it was me who likened Seinfeld to Velvet Underground.
Yeah.
In one of the earlier episodes. So if you haven't heard that,
classic.
You got to go back through the library, through all the many episodes that
aren't
done.
released yet.
So that's a classic, you know. That's a real classic.
If you're listening to this still, if you're still listening to
So
this,
Jerry is the main guy from Velvet Underground, right?
Yeah, Lou Reed.
Lou Reed, yeah. Larry David is John Cale, and also George.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. Because he's got a multifaceted career.
Yes, he's...
George is the guy who produced Horses.
Yes.
Larry David is the one who wrote Fear is the Man's Best Friend. Yeah.
Man's Best Friend. Love that song. Oh, I tell you, I saw John Cale in 2005, and this was kind of a nadir of his career, I think. Well, one of several. He was performing at like a shitty bar in Buffalo, and he was awful. I remember. I hadn't even like listened to any of his solo stuff. I just kind of went cold. I was like, oh, he's in the Velvet Underground. Why not? And he put on like the most punishing set of just drony stuff from his newest album. At the time, I think it was Homo Sapiens, and no one was into it. He cleared the room, and but he did play "Fear Is a Man's Best Friend," and I remember being like, "That song was fucking awesome." And then he went
it's incredible.
And we went right back to doing the drony stuff no one wanted,
Right.
and I left early. And I look back, I'm just like, I should have just like stuck around to Kiss the Ring.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah.
We are at 2 hours.
We won't be
now.
by the time I'm done with it. Snip, snap.
Yeah, you get a little snip. All the problematic stuff. Great.
This is all staying.
Leave that in. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So thanks a lot for listening this far. We talked about the fall for 6 minutes.
Yeah. You can also find the supercut where we actually talk about the fall, and that will be the 5-minute version that you can find on YouTube.
Yeah. But thanks for sticking around.
Well, this is for the real fans.
This is for the real Roman and Tom heads.
That's right.
Yeah, and next week hopefully we'll be a little more on topic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's we'll turn a new leaf, new page. This is just warm up. This will never happen again.
So thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week. We love you, and we love each other.
Okay, I don't know about that, but goodbye.
Because this John and this genre, you see what I did there, both are known for their black and white thinking in a world that is obsessed with muddling everything. Remember our first love. To be hot or cold when it comes to Jesus Christ, and not lukewarm, lest he spit us out of his